Okay, so if you love 3D paper crafts like I do, which I know you do because you're here, wait till you see this one. I haven't made one in a long time. It is a pentagon box, or I guess it could be a polygon box. Y'all who know all this stuff, let me know in the comments what it truly is, because it's 5-sided and I've made these like years ago and I forgot about it, but it is going to be perfect for holiday gift giving. You can use them right now for any occasion. So we are doing it in our Christmas in July. So here is the box. I wanted to do it different than just having it red or green. So I'm using the crumb cake cardstock, and then on the bottom I just used the cherry cobbler, which I love cherry cobbler. I put a little Merry Christmas on the top with the bow, and it's very simple. I used the joy in the gold, and I punched out these little stars on the side for a little extra decoration. So this is what I'm sharing today. Let's get with it. All right, so I'm using the Jolly Holly bundle again. Y'all, I know some of you have gotten it. I love this bundle. It's so good. And then I'm using Stylish Shapes. Everything is going to be linked in the description and on my blog at StampingWithAmore.com, where there will be an inspiration sheet for you to download and print. And for those of you who are new, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. Give it a thumbs up, everyone. Give it a thumbs up and comment and share, because all those things will really help my channel. I really appreciate you all who do that already. All right, so let's get started with this. It's a really easy box, and the reason I made this is because when I made the project last week for Sunday, that little lantern, I thought about this box. So I decided to share this one today. So for the crumb cake, you are going to need a piece 10.5 by 6. And out of the Stylish Shapes, I cut 5 of these cherry cobbler pieces. This square is... it's like 2 by 2. Not exactly. It's probably more like 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. But if you have anything close to that, you can use that. I cut out the joy out of our gold foil, and I cut this little ivy. Why do I call it ivy all the time? It's holly. I cut this out of the same Jolly Holly bundle. And then this is also from the Stylish Shapes, which we're going to do our sentiment on. And let's stamp that first and get that going. Y'all, I have to show you a new find I found. I may be way behind on this, but it is a lifesaver for me who loses their dies all the time. Look at, I found this little die holder, and I won't lose my dies anymore. I'm always losing the smaller ones, and this is magnetic, so look at it, it clings to it like this. I'll link it in the description of the video, but look at how nice they cling, and look at all, I put all my dies on there, and it's just perfect. I set it just on the side here so I have access to it, but oh my gosh, that is a game changer for me. I don't know how many of you have lost dies before. All right, so we are going to stamp the Merry Christmas with Memento Black, and I wanted to share that because it was such a game changer for me, and I know some of you probably are in the same predicament. All right, so there's our Merry Christmas, and I am going to just cut off this side because we're just going to make it a little tag. All right, so let's set these aside. Oh no, let's make this little holly first. I'm going to grab just some scrap of the cherry cobbler, and I'm just going to punch some with the regular hole punch. I'm just going to punch 3 little circles for the berries on this, and we're just going to glue this on. Let me grab my glue gun. I always still have people ask about this glue gun, and it is from My Sweet Petunia, and it is called a glue press. So for those of you who are still curious about that, and we're just going to put our berries on there like that, and we're going to use that on our little tag just for a little added decoration. All right, so let's stick this aside and let's go ahead and score this. So we are going to score it on the 10.5-inch side at 1/2. My dog hair. 2.5. 4.5. 6.5. and 8.5. This is so easy, scoring and everything, y'all. And then on the 6-inch side, you're just going to score it at 2 and 4. So that is it. We're going to score, hand score. And we're going to hand score this like we did the other one. So I'm going to use my ruler, and these are 2 inches. These each square hair of these 5 here are 2 inches. So we are going to mark them at 1, and I just mark it at the top. I'll draw one of these so you can see exactly how I'm doing that. Because last time someone had a question about it. And so you're going to take that dot there that we just marked, and you're going to go down to that first score line right there that we made across here, and then you're going to do it down this way. And you're going to do all the squares just like that, to each corner like an upside down V. So we're going to go ahead and score those all. And just do every one of these. Make sure you get it to your corners though. Alright, so we are going to cut now. You're not going to cut anything at the top here. First, let's go ahead and score these. What you're going to do is this middle one is going to come out. So let's just score all these. I'm just going to walk you through the scoring because this part is important. And then these, you're going to just score this way. And I just go by each one and make sure you score it really good. And it gets a little awkward feeling sometimes, but make sure it's all the way scored, because when you put this together, it's going to make a huge difference. It'll go together super easy. So just make sure these are all scored really well. And these are going inward. So you want to score them that way. And you don't want to cut your glue tab up at the top here. You want to leave that. We're going to just we're just going to cut this bottom one off here. And I'm going to grab my big scissors. I just like these better. Then we're going to cut into these. Cut all these at the bottom. Y'all, to make this a little bit easier, here's something that I do pretty regularly when I'm off camera. I try to show you, but here's the score mark. I just cut a little bit off from each side. And it just makes it easier. Instead of cutting it down and then cutting on each, it just cuts down on the amount of cuts you have to make. So just go on a little bit on each side. And then I do this little side here. This is a really easy project. You're going to be surprised how easy it is. Then I'm going to just go ahead and sharpen this bottom here. I'm going to use some Seal Plus for my glue tab here. Use tear and tape or whichever one is you like better. And then we are going to line these up here. Make sure it's nice and straight. We'll put our bottom together. Now on the bottom, you just want to be real careful. The bottom one is not going to have glue, but the other 4 will. So I'm just going to add at the top here glue to those 4. You can even do this ahead of time and use your tear and tape and then just remove the backing on it. But you want to make sure this is shaped right when you put it down. So I usually just try to look down on it and make sure, oops, this one's down and lined up here, and then I just push them down as we go along. And they're gonna stick to each other, and you can see by the bottom. I'm gonna flip this really quick so I can hold it and press it so all the pieces stick there. But you can see on the bottom that shape, that polygon shape. And then this is why I tell you to score it, because look how easy this folds now. And that is your box, just like that. We are going to take our little circle punch. This is from those 3 punches that I talk about all the time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mark each one where I want them, so that it's easier for me to punch them all in the right direction. So I'm just marking each little flap here, and they'll be pretty close to the same spot. So then we're going to hold that, and I just line it up to that mark that I just made, and then punch it, and I just go around each one. These boxes are so pretty, and they're really great, and I love the option of these because you can fit a lot of candy in these and whatever you want, or a small gift even. Y'all, we are getting so close to the end of Christmas in July, and it makes me so sad. We actually get to pre-order here soon for our fall catalog, well, fall Christmas catalog. I always call it the Christmas catalog because there's a lot of Christmas and fall Halloween in it. But yeah, we should be ordering here pretty soon. I am using this cherry cobbler gold ribbon, and it's so pretty. And we are just going to find where we want our front to be. And we are going to just string it all the way around through all these holes. Somebody told me, a few people told me about a threader. I hadn't gotten to Walmart yet, but I am going to definitely get those. It would be perfect for this box, to use a threader for threading these small holes. Okay, so you're going to just bring them around to the front. And I like a lot of ribbon on this because I want my bow to be pretty and flowing. So I am going to use quite a bit of ribbon here. And I'm just going to tie a bow. I'm going to tie a knot first so that it closes up the top. What I really like about this at Christmas is it makes like a star at the top. I think that's so pretty. So let's get our so I'm going to pull that tighter, and we are going to make our bow. I'm going to try again to do the bunny ear bow. That's what I call it, and see if I can get one done again. Sometimes I get it upside down. Oh, I did it right this time. And see, like, this one is not quite long enough for me. I like it to just hang down, but we're going to work with that. Alright, so we got our bow on. Let's put on our little pieces here. I'm going to glue them on as well because I want to make sure that all the edges and stuff stay down. So we're going to glue them all on all 5 sides. And they fit perfectly in this box. Okay, so we have that all on here, all of them. We're going to add our little joy here to the front. Y'all, look how quick these go. And they make the best little gift boxes. I'm going to put that one on the front. And I decided to use the little punch, and this is in our Christmas. It's called a Little Cheer Mini Pack. It's these 3, the little tree I used on a Tuesday, and the little stocking, and this little star. And I'm going to punch out some stars. I'm going to use my scrap piece because I don't need a lot of. So I'm going to just put it on 4 of the sides. You don't even have to do this part, but I thought it was really cute on there. It made it a little bit more festive, so we are going to take our glue and glue all these on as well. I just put one in the middle of each one. I guess you could even use like the stars teachers use if you don't have that. I mean, this is made out of cardstock, but they probably would work. I love these boxes, and I totally forgot about these. Okay, so we have all 4 of those on there. Now we're going to add our sentiment. And what I did was I just glued it onto here, right on the end. You could have left the other part on and just glued it on there, but just glued it right here. And I'm using some dimensionals. You can use the big ones, but I think I'm going to use the minis for this. Let me see how the big ones work, because I used the minis on the other one and it's staying really well. But we can use these, and I'm doubling it up to make it stand out. It's easier to add it to the box, and I'm just adding it in between right here on the side. And let's fix that bow, that ribbon, and that's it. Isn't that cute? I really like it because it's crumb cake cardstock, and I just didn't want to do it the whole thing like cherry cobbler or a real red or garden green, and I really think this is pretty unique. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. If you need any supplies, you can shop on my blog at stampingwithamore.com. That's where the inspiration sheet is, where you can download and print it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this one, everyone. Have a super blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.